Welcome to Divine Creativity Mathematics Center, where we promote economic development through mathematics literacy just by showing people that mathematics is simple and fun. Yes, you heard me, it's simple and fun. Alright, so we are looking at our series, Pass High School Mathematics with Authority, and this is a grade 10 work. Specifically, today we'll look at index notation. So I'm going to summarize index notation. Okay, so let's look at the definition of index notation. What is index notation? Index notation is whereby you've got a number raised to a certain power. So this is read as x to the power n, and it means x multiplies itself n times. So the number n is called the power, and the number x is called the base. So the number n is called the power, or the index, plural indices, whereas the number x is called the base. Okay, we call it the base. So for example, 3 to the power 2 means 3 times 3, which is equal to 9. Alright, in the same way, 2 to the power 3 means 2 times 2 times 2. So the 2 multiplies itself 3 times, giving us 8. Similarly, 3 to the power 4 means 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, which is 81. So the 3 multiplies itself 4 times. Don't make a mistake and multiply the 3 and the 4. You will get a 12, which is not correct. It's not 3 times 4. It's 3 multiplies itself 4 times. Alright? That's a common mistake people make. Don't be part of them. Okay, so let's look at example 1. Find the value of 4 to the power 3. That's the first one. So 4 to the power 3 is nothing but 64 if you work it out in the same way. I've left this one for you to try as a small little exercise to see if you're following, if you're concentrating. Alright, so you can pause the video and try the next one, B. Negative 5 to the power 2. Just be careful with the negative sign. Okay, I hope you got that. So first you expand it like this. Negative 5 to the power 2 equals negative 5 times negative 5. So the negative 5 multiplies itself twice, and it gives us 25. Remember, the negative sign, negative times negative is positive. So the negative multiplies itself as well. The next one is negative 3 to the power 4 is equal to, here the negative is outside, it's not in the bracket. So we'll write the negative alone, then we write the 3 multiplying itself 4 times. 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. And this gives us negative 81. Okay, that's how we work out indices. So when you understand the definition, this one, what it means everything else becomes basic. Anything else can be discovered through your own imagination and thinking. But anyway, since a lot of discoveries were made, we might as well learn them. And this brings us to the concept of the laws of indices. So let's look at the example. The second example, simplify the following. I'm cruising a bit fast because I'm showing you a big picture, the main picture about indices. It's something that can be learned in bulk, but then there's no need for that. This thing is simple. Okay, so let no one deceive you. Simplify the following. So the first one is 3 to the power negative 2. The law here to use is for the law of negative indices. If you have any number x raised to the power negative n, it's as good as saying 1 over that number x to the power n. Okay, so in this case, we have 3 to the power negative 2 is equal to 1 over 3 squared. This is just the law. It has been discovered, it has been verified for numbers, and it has been accepted worldwide. So this gives us the answer 1 over 9, because 3 squared is 3 times 3, which is 9. So 1 over 9. The second one, we get we want to solve 1000 to the power 2 over 3. This is what we call the law of fractional indices, this one. So if we've got x raised to a fractional index, n over m, this is as good as saying the mth root of x raised to the power n. Okay, so in this case, we have 1000 to the power 2 over 3 is the same as saying the third root of 1000, which is the cube root of 1000 raised to the power 2. This gives us 10 squared. What is 10 squared? 10 squared is 100. How? 10 squared is 10 times 10, which is 100. How did we get the 10 squared? The cube root, remember, cube root of any number is a number that multiplies itself 3 times to give us that number. So in this case, the 10 is what multiplies itself to give us 1000. So we got the 10, and now we are squaring it, we get 100. The next one, to solve this one, y to the power 3, the whole thing again to the power 5, we use the law of the product of powers. So we just multiply x to the power n, the whole thing again to the power m, and say x to the power n m. This is how we do it. Hence, y to the power 3 raised to the power 5 is as good as saying y to the power 3 times 5, which is 15. The next one, this is how we work it out. We've got p q to the power 6, everything to the power 4. We will use this law, the law of the power of a product. Okay, the power of a product. So in this case, this is saying if two numbers x and y are multiplying itself and they are raised to a power n, it's as good as raising each number first before you multiply. Alright, so applying this law, we get pq to the pq to the power 6, everything raised to the power 4, is as good as saying p to the power 4, q to the power 6 to the power 4. So this one remains the way it is. There's nothing to work out. But then the q to the power 6, you have to work it out. You multiply the 6 and the 4, what you get? Q to the power 24. Simple, right? For this one, y to the power 4 times y to the power 7, this is what we call the product rule. It says if two indices are multiplying each other with the same base, it's as good as just writing the base and adding the indices. So m to the power x times m to the power y is as good as saying m to the power x plus y. This is a law that has been proved, verified for all the numbers. You can try it out for different numbers, you'll see that it's correct. So y to the power 4 times y to the power 7 is the same as saying y to the power 4 plus 7, which is nothing but y to the power 11. And the last one is called the quotient rule. So it's the opposite of the product rule. So in place of the, because it's divide, we'll just subtract it. Instead of putting plus here, we'll put minus. So m to the power x divided by m to the power y is equal to m to the power x minus y. Hence, x to the power 721 divided by x to the power 715 is equal to x to the power 721 minus 715, which is x to the power 6. Alright, let's look at how we can apply the laws of indices to solve equations involving indices. Equations involving indices. So, for instance, x to the power 5 equals 32. How do I solve for x? Very simple. I'll just rewrite the 32 in index notation. So x to the power 5 is equal to 2 to the power 5. Hence, x equals 2. What does this mean? The 2 to the power 5, that's how we get 32, because 2 can multiply itself 5 times to give us 32. Now if we just compare these two, we'll see that the 5 and the 5 are the same. So the x and the 2 have to be the same. Hence x is equal to 2. In the same way, if we have 2 to the power x plus 1 equals 1 over 32, we have to rewrite this again in index notation. And we first reverse it and write it in this form. Remember the negative index, 32 to the power negative 1. Then we convert it to the other type of index. So first this is 2 to the power 5. Again, the whole thing is raised to the power negative 1. Now using that law where you multiply the powers, we'll multiply the 5 and the negative 1, and this gives us 2 to the power x plus 1 equals 2 to the power negative 5. Now, using just simple common sense, we can see that the 2 and the 2 are the same. So, the powers also have to be the same. X plus 1 has to be the same as negative 5. So, x plus 1 equals negative 5, and if we solve for x, we get x equals negative 5 minus 1, x equals negative 6. That's the answer. This is how you work out indices. Anything else that comes after this is just an application of all these things you have learned. So get more questions, practice more, listen to this video over and over again, and be confident. Thank you so much for watching this video. I believe you enjoyed it. If you like this video and you want more of our videos, please click the subscribe button below the video. Don't forget to share it also with your friends. We love you so much. Enjoy your day.